Nah, We all know Vegeta's better than Goku. I don't know why they keep on saying this. Nope. Wait a minute. Not much. You? Nope. Didn't see anything this morning. Really? Dang. I felt like nothing was even worth watching. Well, now I'll be watching BTT. I do not see what he sees. What the heck is this? I know for a long time I've been constantly preaching like chat rooms, they're bad, don't talk to other traders, be in your own zone. But you know what? Sometimes I'm wrong. Now, I'm not saying that all chat rooms are great. I'm not saying that go join chat rooms so you can become consistent. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's some pros that you can focus on to learn and get better, and there's still some cons that you got to be aware of, okay? Now, chat rooms, there's some pros. Like the pros are you can find a buddy, a trading buddy, someone that, you can talk to, someone that, you can actually give ideas to, get ideas from, and that can be very helpful. In fact, I've met a lot of buddies over the years from chat rooms, from my show, and so it'd be very hypocritical of me to be like, they're all bad. So here's what I'll say. If you're gonna be in a chat room, make sure that you use it for the purpose of finding someone who's in a similar position as yourself. And maybe someone who's a little bit better than you, and then maybe even someone who's really, really good compared to where you are. And then add them on a buddy system, maybe Discord, on a one-on-one chat, and then stay in touch with them every day at the end of your trading day. Don't try to talk to them while you're trading because it's very easy to get influenced. And granted, that's what my problem, I can get easily influenced, so I'm just telling you what I've experienced. So hopefully, if you notice when you're talking to someone during the trading day that you start to do things you normally don't do, then maybe only talk to them before the open and after the close. Now, some of the ways that I use this system is at the end of the day, I'll talk to my buddy and just ask them how they did today. And we focus on process. We're not talking about, oh, I made XYZ, because it doesn't matter, especially when you have 3 friends at 3 different levels, because it's all relative. So what you want to focus on is, how did you trade today? Did you trade well? And trading well means I stuck to my process, stuck to my system, right, all the way through, and I took my loss when it made sense or took my profits when it made sense, and I only traded my setups. If we do all those things, then we say we traded well. Well does not mean we made money, and well doesn't mean we lost money. It just means we stuck to that process. Because at the end of the day, all traders lose and win. The ones who make it for the long run just focus on the process and not focus on the wins and the losses. Now, one thing you need to be aware of and make sure you try to avoid is people who just focus on the money. Because when you're new and if you start focusing on the money, you can easily shift your focus from process to results. And if you focus on results, you might be taking really, really good losses instead of being happy with the process of taking a loss and being a good loser. You're instead comparing yourself to someone else who's doing well because they're telling you, hey, I'm making good money. And then all of a sudden, you're trying to push size. You're trying to do things to force trades to make money. If you use the system that way, you're probably going to dig yourself in a hole much faster than if you were by yourself. So just make sure that you're aware that this could happen, and that way, if you have a buddy, you make it very clear what your focus is. My focus is process. What's yours? What's your goal? If their goal is, I want to make $100,000, it's my first year trading, you might want to, ease away from them. But if you can talk about your goal is to make less mistakes than you made last week, less mistakes than you made last month, that you only trade your setup, that you only cut your loss when it hits your stop, that you only take profits when it hits your profit target, Those are goals that you can count on and you can keep track of. Because if you hit your profit target on 10 out of 20 trades and the other 10 that you did not would have hit your profit target but you took it too soon, you keep track of that and you want to see improvements on that from the prior weeks, the prior months. Same thing with mistakes. Another idea is if you're talking to your friends pre-market, you can kind of get ideas of what is hot. Are you guys both looking at the same stock? If you're looking at two different ones, why? And maybe you can get new ones on your radar, but do not let it influence you to trade a style that doesn't fit yours. And you don't need to find someone who trades the exact same style. In fact, you can find someone who trades completely different, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be the same. I'm okay right here?
Yeah.
Now, as I was saying, if you have buddies with different systems, it's okay, because as you get consistent, that could be really, really, really beneficial for your trading, because you can evolve. Hey, this works for you. How does it work for you? Let me try this. And when you try it, you better try it with smaller size, not your normal size when you're with your setup that you're good with, smaller size, paper trading. But you can evolve that way. So the most important thing that I want to emphasize is if you find chat rooms, I get it when you're new, that's probably what you're going to go to. So I want to make this video so that way you understand that you go for chat rooms with the right mindset. And that is, you want to find a buddy that you can vibe with, 3 different buddies, right? Different levels. You want to find different trading strategies. You want to find someone who's focused on process, so that way you can improve on. And here's the other thing, trading gets boring. When you're working on process, when you're working on becoming a good trader, it can be boring because you don't pull the trigger as much as you really think you should. There's so many thoughts that real traders are pulling triggers all the time, but that's far and few in between. A real trader is someone who is very selective, trading their only setup. And here's the other thing, if you're a trader who's been trading for decades and you have many setups, then maybe you're pulling triggers so many times. But when you're new, you got one setup that you're focused on. So you're gonna be bored because it may not show up all the time. So just make sure you can have a buddy that you can talk to and be like, hey man, I'm staying disciplined today. I'm not trading, my setup's not there. And not have someone who's like, what are you talking about? There's so many setups, you're missing out. You want someone to support you and be like, hey man, good job on not trading today. That's what you're looking for.